Welcome to the Discover Montcalm podcast, where we're going to take a look at the communities, the businesses, the attractions, and the people that make up Montcalm County. Here is your podcast host, Dwayne Weed.
Hello, my name is Dwayne. I'm the host and producer of the Discover Montcalm podcast, and today we're going to talk about the Montcalm area 4-H. Is that the proper title?
Yes. Yeah, Montcalm County 4-H. Yep.
And if you notice on the other side, we have Cara Stevens from M1063 WGLM. She's coming on board to be a podcast host with us for Discover Montcalm. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
I'm looking at this as that you're tired of looking at me. I got to get somebody else on.
And you chose me?
Yeah. We're well over 80 episodes. We're coming up on 100. We'll reach that in August, and I'm excited to see where it goes from there. Because we had a chance to talk last year at the county fair. So let's get right into the 4-H side of this. We've all heard it. What is 4-H?
So 4-H is essentially a program that kind of helps people or helps youth learn a lot about life skills, confidence boosters, setting goals, that type of stuff, but all through the programming that they do. So they're kind of not realizing that they're learning all of these different things, public speaking, like they're learning leadership roles, community service.
All while having fun.
All while having fun and showing animals, doing craft projects for the still exhibit. They have a performance or performing arts show called a style show here.
Okay.
So they can do project presentations, they can read a poem, short stories, they can dance, they can sing.
So it's not just livestock.
No, it is absolutely not. This is a very small portion of what 4-H is all about. However, it is the largest place for them to be able to exhibit everything they've been doing for the year. Yeah. So the fair itself is a fair association, and they basically one of their main missions is to provide a space for the youth in 4-H to be able to showcase their products.
And I jumped right into this. This is Sunny, and we have Tammy. Tammy is one of the board members of the fair, and you have two titles. What are they?
So I am the 4-H program coordinator for the county, and I am also one of the fair board members too.
And I understand when it comes to the county fair that it is not just Montcalm County that's represented here.
No, we have clubs that are, we have some clubs that live in Ionia County, live in Kent County, live near Gratiot County, live near Mecosta County, and they, because of their affiliation with their club, they show at Montcalm.
That's not a bad place.
No, it's not.
Not a bad place. We should discover it.
We should. We should just do everything here. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. You never know where this train is going to go. So
Off the rails, mostly.
the Montcalm County one, how long has that been in existence?
So 4-H as a whole has been existent since 1902. Montcalm County Fair has been here since 1936.
Okay. So a little history. I mean, I guess I love the history part of things. Cara, were you involved at all with the 4-H when you were?
Nope, not as a kid, I was not, but since I've had affiliation here, I've seen a lot of different things going on, and I even know there's archery for 4-H.
Yep.
Because my son was wanting to get involved, and so many different things that I didn't know about until coming here to work with the fairgrounds for different events and things like that. I didn't know.
Yeah.
So people need to talk about these things, let other people know, because
I think we should do that right now.
I think we should.
Well,
there's nothing for kids to do around here.
Too.
What's that?
There's no cost for it. It's a free program.
Okay.
Yeah, so 4-H as a whole is a free program. So anybody can join between the ages of 5 and 19. We have 137 volunteers right now and counting. We have 593 total kids.
And that probably changes year after year.
It does.
Because they grow up.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Some of them age out. We have like a clover bud program that is for 5 to 7-year-olds. And so when they age out, they become actual 4-H members. Most of the time when 4-H members age out at 19, they'll come back and want to volunteer, even if it's just during the summer to help out and be like a project leader or, help out in the club that they were in.
It goes back to what you just said. You're teaching them leadership.
Yes.
And leadership comes back when they come back, when they don't have to be here anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Tammy, were you part of 4-H growing up?
Not so much 4-H. My girls, my oldest is 36 now, they were involved with 4-H from the time they were like 9. So I've been doing this for a long time now because my youngest is 17 now, so he started when he was about 9.
Well, not bad
too.
for you being 35,
Right, exactly. So yeah, so
I'm a suck up once in a while.
So yeah, I've 20 plus years doing this with the kids and my kids growing up in it, and like Sunny said, it's a leadership. It really molds our kids into future leaders. So it's a great system that the 4-H has, and it's a great tool that we have here that we can provide for our community.
How does somebody get involved? I mean, we're in Montcalm County. I don't know how many groups are in Montcalm County.
There's 29 clubs, and we have 2 more that are in the process of becoming clubs.
Just within the county?
Just within this county. Yep.
I know our county's pretty big. It takes a while for me to go from Howard City over to Carson
Yes.
City. I didn't realize that until I'm like, am I there yet? But there's not a straight path either. And I like to call it dodging deer.
Or cows.
That's everywhere.
I've had turkeys that I've been able to I haven't met them that close, but have come close. I've had sheep. One day I'm driving along, all of a sudden all these sheep are in the road. I'm like, that's not normal. But we are in Montcalm County.
Yep.
It's very much agriculture.
We had a pig show up at the radio station once. Just kind of wandered in, looked out the window, and I'm like,
That belongs to somebody.
From the vet office,
oh,
though?
somebody across the road. No, just wandered in. My daughter's like, pig! It was great. It was great.
Oh, I love it.
It was a great day at the radio station, yeah.
What do you want to know more about here?
I want to know about aging out rather than growing up, because I'm all about that. Now, what programs were your kids in, and did they switch once they got in and decided they might want to do something different or learn more?
Yeah, so the girls, when they were growing up, they did horses and pigs and cows, and so they did all that. And then now that they're older, Serena's son is involved in beef and cows and pigs, and and now she's involved indirectly. Her husband's a leader.
Okay.
She's on a lot of the committees of the 4-H, because it takes a lot of volunteers to make this happen. So she's very involved. And now my oldest daughter, she's got a little one, and she's just waiting for the day that he turns 6, that he can be a clover bud. And they constantly go to their fair up in Grand Traverse County. So she's just waiting for the time to get him involved. Yeah, and then my son, he did hogs and bunnies, and he liked doing that. So
It's kind of neat that I've seen, like, in bigger cities too, they still do 4-H, and,
Yeah.
and sometimes it transfers to a lifestyle for some kids. They're like, I can touch dirt and have an income from it and do
Yeah.
things like that. So that's pretty cool to me.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
What's your greatest experience with is there one time, and I'll ask this to both of you, because you had people in 4-H
Yes.
as well? Kids. Those little
They're all
things
people.
that...
They'll age out eventually.
Humans.
We'll start with you, Tammy. What's one experience that you've had with your kids that sticks out in your mind out of all the years that you've done it?
No, she's like, I can't show favoritism.
I know.
Oh, please.
Well, okay, I'll use my son as my example because my girls say that he's the spoiled one, so we'll use him.
We'll just keep lifting that one up.
Just watching them grow and growing with their hogs and bringing them up and then getting them out in that show ring and showing them and just getting that ribbon. They are so proud when they get that silly ribbon. It doesn't matter if it's first or eighth. They got that ribbon and they
It's
are
an
so excited.
accomplishment, for sure.
And then just watching them, I mean, that's the biggest thing for me. And now he likes to volunteer. He volunteers a lot in the summer with the programs that Sonny puts on, and he comes and helps with that. And just watching them grow like that, I think, that's probably my favorite.
How about you, Sonny?
Becoming responsible.
Sonny, do you have one that, that just sticks out that you went, this is really cool?
So one of the first years that my daughter started showing, the first year that the kids wanted to be involved, I said, let's just do rabbits. If you don't want to show rabbits, then I want you to kind of go around and get a feel for what the other kids in the club are doing, see how much it takes, and see if you still want to do it, and then we'll go into it next year. So she's been stuck on rabbits. She loves rabbits. So, but she was really, really nervous when she first started. And one of the girls from the club was a couple years older than her. So they came over they got their rabbits. It was the day before the show. They brought them out to the little green space by the small animal barn out there. And they put their feet next, like up to get each other, so they had like a diamond shape in the middle, and put both of their bunnies in the center. And she said, just breathe, just hang out with her. Don't, she can feed off of your energy. So like, if you're upset or you're anxious, like she's gonna feed off of that. So you need to just calm down, just pet her, remind her that she's like the next day she just blew it out of the park. And it was just like, I don't think that it would have been
the same if you said it.
If I said it, but also like, I
100%.
don't think that it would have been the same if Madison wouldn't have like, just kind of calmed her down and like said, hey, I get really nervous too.
Yes.
This is what I do.
Exactly.
And it was just, it's really cool. Like you see all of these kids like will do everything to help the other kid out. Mm-hmm. It's not just about competition. And the cool thing is that a lot of these kids will be like, hey, you can be better if you do it this way. Mm-hmm. They know that the more that these kids know, the more competition they have, which makes them stronger as well.
It does.
So it's not like, it's just amazing. It like warms my heart. So.
They lift each other up. And, yep.
Yes.
Coaching, mentorship,
Yep.
all of
Confidence.
Yeah.
You can follow the Discover Montcalm podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, as well as going to discovermontcalmpodcast.com. At this point, we're well over 80. We're getting closer to 100 every day. Not age-wise, but episode-wise.
Yes, we are.
There are certain mornings I wake up and I feel like I'm getting closer to 100. But you can follow us there. You can catch Cara on WGLM on Facebook and go into the 1063.com.
M1063.com. Yep. We got a website.
So you can follow what they're doing there. The fair, you can catch them. What's your website at the fair?
Montcalm County Fairgrounds.com.
And for
then
4-H?
the 4-H one, this one's a little tricky. So I usually tell people, just go and Google Montcalm County 4-H or Montcalm County MSU Extension, and it'll bring you right to MSU Extension's webpage. But it is canr.msu.edu/.
Oh, wow.
Montcalm-County /Montcalm_County_
Google it.
_H. We are also on Facebook.
Say that.
Is that one shorter?
It's just Facebook, Montcalm County 4-H. But also Montcalm County Fairgrounds and Events is their Facebook. Yep.
Okay, so the nice thing is, obviously you can Google it, but if you go to the Facebook page, it'll have a link to the website.
Yes.
So, where sometimes you have to go to the path of least resistance, Googling it is the easiest. We're gonna stop now, not really stop, but we're gonna, feature our sponsors. We thank them for keeping this podcast going. And when we come back, I'd like to talk a little bit more about the possibilities of renting this Montcalm County Fairground and what kind of goes into that. So we'll be back right after this.
We'd like to thank our sponsors. West Michigan Technology and Design Solutions is your perfect choice for managed IT, website design, website hosting, and consulting services. WMTDS.com, 616-485-7600. Custom Vinyl Signs and Busy Bee Embroidery and Gifts is your one-stop shop for embroidery, vinyl, screen printing, and engraving needs. Go to cvsdbusybees.com or call 989-261-7446. And DW Video, your film and videotape specialist. They design websites and business videos that tell and share your story. dwvideo.com, 231-250-9624. Now, back to our podcast.
Thank you, sponsors. Welcome back to the show. Cara Stevens with M1063, and we are at the Montcalm County 4-H. Well, we're at the Montcalm County Fairgrounds with some 4-H people and Fairgrounds people. We just talked a little bit about the 4-H clubs and how they lift our youth up and how they build confidence and volunteerism and all that good stuff. This location is relatively new.
2012.
2012.
Yep.
So I remember when I was a kid, it was over at the Armory.
Yep, over by the Armory.
How long was it there? Do you know? Do you remember?
So when we went looking through newspaper articles, because the age of it was a little bit like, we did find newspaper articles for that location from 1924.
Wow.
But it was the Greenville area free fair.
Okay.
And so that ran until they had the state incorporated like an act, I want to say Act 80, right? So that the counties could start to structure their own county fairs.
Okay.
And so then shortly after that was when they did the Montcalm County Fair. So I know that they did have the Greenville area free fair in and around that location there based on the newspaper articles.
Okay.
But as far as I
But
know,
you
in
weren't around?
1936. No, sadly I was not.
And we're here with Sunny and Tammy. Sunny's with the 4-H and the fair. Tammy is with the fair, but
And a 4-H
volunteers
mom.
for the...
And a volunteer.
And a volunteer.
So...
They all do it together.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So
Cooperate.
if you're just tuning into this, we're talking county fair, we're talking 4-H, but rentals, so...
Yeah, like I was going to say, over at the other facility, I don't think there was any beautiful buildings like this.
Right.
No wedding receptions, no business corporation events and things like that. We've been here for many reasons, Halloween bash, many different occasions, Kids Day at the fair. This is a great facility. And you can cater, you can bring catering in just within this building, but there are other things that you can do. What else can we do here?
So we do offer the horse area for rentals. There's a lot of the Mid-Michigan, it's like MMHA or something like that, or MIHA. Yeah, they do a lot of rentals here and do shows here.
Okay.
We do rent out to as like educational things for 4-H members as well. So like the 4-H dog committee is going to do a dog days of summer here in the livestock arena. And then typically what they do for educational things like that is like a $50 deposit, right?
Okay.
As long as it's educational for kids for 4-H. And then obviously the Ash building, you can rent out concessions, you can do off week or off fair week camping. There's a plethora of different options. So.
And you just mentioned camping. I don't know
Yes.
how many people know that there's campground back there, and
Yep.
it gets better and better every year.
Yep, and it's water and electric hookups and also the shower house, so.
And that was the shower house just a few years ago
Yeah.
got here. Yeah, exciting.
Yep.
You usually fill out and sell out for Fair Week.
Oh, for Fair Week within the first 2 minutes usually, yeah, all of the sites, yeah.
Okay, and how many sites?
It's like right around 200, I want to say.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
yep.
That's bigger than
Wow.
what I thought it was.
Yeah,
But
that's
then again,
huge.
I don't get paid to think, just ask my wife.
And that's for both rustic and electric water.
Okay.
So we do have rustic sites available too,
Okay.
but they're in a field,
Oh, that's
not
all right.
underneath trees, so.
It could get hot out there, is that what
Yes.
you're saying?
Yes.
Bring canopies and tents and water.
Yes, exactly.
But you can still go to the water station.
Yep, yep.
Very cool.
So is the campground available all summer? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So even if there's no events, you can have your family reunion here and have everybody go camping and...
Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
Interesting.
So if you go to montcalmcountyfairgrounds.com, on the menu you can click on rentals, and then it lists all the different rental options. There is also the rental contact information.
Okay.
So then you can kind of, if you have like just maybe an off the wall or like, out of the box idea, then Katie is usually really, really, really good about trying to accommodate and coming up with, good prices with everyone with the Fair Board. So
Give me your idea and we'll
Yes.
see if we can fit it in. What's the craziest thing you've
Exactly.
ever had out here?
Or
We
can't
like
we
to
talk
do-
about it?
I don't know. We
I'm
did have a
sorry.
wedding. There was a wedding here one time where one of the guys wanted to do like a little bit of a
Loop-de-loop.
little loop-de-loop and do some donuts in the horse arena, but we don't recommend those types of
No,
things.
that's probably a no.
We do have our haunted barn, and that's usually pretty
That's
crazy.
fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yep.
my daughter had her wedding here and we camped.
Yeah.
See, I
for the
was just
wedding.
going to ask. That'd be really kind of
Yeah,
cool.
so that was really nice, 'cause you didn't have to
Everybody
worry
could
about
stay.
people driving, and
Yep.
Yeah.
they just camped out there, and we had the wedding. Everybody was here to help clean up,
Clean up,
and set it up, and so it was very convenient. We
Nice.
probably had 20 campers out there.
Get up
so
and have
that's
brunch
nice.
and
yeah,
do that kind of
absolutely.
thing?
Yep,
Move
it was
slowly?
Very, very convenient.
Well, it's nice.
Yeah.
Not far to go after the wedding.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
exactly.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Not that I think that way, but I just said it though.
You did.
Yeah, it's safe.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, just really convenient.
Yeah.
So.
Did you just get like 1 or 2 people coming just to camp?
Last summer, we did have a gentleman who camped for a good portion of July, I want to say.
Yeah.
And there was no local campgrounds that had availability, and he was hanging out with his family, and so he just camped at night and would go hang out with them during the day.
I
And
wonder how he found out about it.
I feel like he was friends with one of our Fair Board members, and she offered up that idea.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
That is a good idea because I
Yeah.
know there are
And it's
only
really
so many
not,
here.
it's really
so-
not too expensive, so, yeah.
I wonder if people know that about Danish festival time. 'Cause I
Oh,
know
that's a great idea.
Hotels and things like that sell out real quick.
Yeah, we'll
And
have to
family
bring that up
members,
in our
I don't want
marketing
my
meeting.
I don't want my family members staying in my house. So
Yeah.
I'll send them down here.
Yep, exactly.
Call Katie, right? Call
Yes,
Katie.
call Katie, yes, yep.
Is there a phone number?
Just kidding, family.
Let me check real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know it off the top of my head. So 989-287-2807 or 616-754-7884. And the email address is mcfa_rentals@yahoo.com.
Sonny and your underscores and backslashes. Well,
But the
I didn't
website,
create it.
but the website again is what? What is the website?
MontcalmCountyFairgrounds.com.
Make that easy.
Yep.
Make that easy. Just
No
put that in.
underscores, no dashes, no
You'll find
forward
it.
slashes.
Because I was
Look,
actually
Katie.
nodding off when you were giving the
I
address in the
know,
first half.
I know.
I'm like, is she ever going to
I
get done?
can't. I can't. It's like when in the military, it's like you have your first, your middle, your last, dot, mill, all this. So you're trying to call it. Just Google it. Don't.
Well, I'll tell you what. When we go off air, I'll tell you a nice little secret that'll make that a whole lot easier for
Perfect.
you for not a lot of money, that you don't have to do that.
All right. I like it.
It'll be, it's not a secret, but we'll discuss
We're
it.
gonna
If
pretend.
anybody out there wants to know, you can call me, you can check out the podcast, you can figure it out.
Put
But
it in the comments.
But it's pretty simple, and it'll save you a lot of that.
Perfect. I like it.
It'll save you a lot of that, and it's not hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, I want to know too.
It's something that I've done for others in the past. So maybe we'll do a podcast on internet tips and tricks and
Yeah.
websites
Yeah.
and.
That's a
I
great
could
idea.
definitely benefit from that.
Me too.
So with that, is there anything, as we wrap this up, that we haven't talked about that you would like to bring out before we go?
Yes. So the Fair Association and Montcalm County 4-H program do not operate without volunteers. There are no paid people. I am paid through MSU, but as the program coordinator. So everybody else that runs the program or helps me run the program, does stuff around the fairgrounds, everybody is a volunteer. They're all committing their extra time to go into this place and into this organization. So it's a huge shout out to all of the volunteers. Like, we could not make this happen without everybody working together and
And if you're
coming
looking
together
for
as a
something to
team.
do,
Yes.
and you like this type of thing, by all means.
Yep.
Volunteer or
Yep.
sponsor.
Yeah.
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 And the whole collaboration thing, because we've got next generation bull riding coming,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it all kind of works together.
Yep, exactly.
Trying to
Exactly.
get things happening here
Montcalm County.
for people to discover more about what's going on here.
I love it.
You
There's
know,
a lot going on.
And there really is. So on that note,
Do you have anything you want to?
do you have anything? I'm sorry, Tammy.
I was just going to say, we are adding more things to the fair. This year, we're going to have an antique tractor show, where people can bring their antique tractors in and
People go
showcase
crazy
them.
about that stuff.
Okay, this is
one of my favorites.
2024. So in the 2024 show, we're going to bring on some antique tractors.
Yep, that'll be Monday night. That's new to the fair this year, so we'll have that Monday night. When they do the antique tractor pulls, we'll have some pretty antique tractors out here too that you can look at. And so
That's
something
pretty
new.
cool.
We're always trying to do new things and bring new and fun things for the community, and just trying to freshen it up and throw more stuff
Good
out
little
there.
competition doesn't hurt.
sure,
And
yeah.
I'll tell you
My
what,
tractor's better than your tractor. I'm bringing a tractor.
I married into a family that is green and yellow. And father-in-law for many, many years pulled and has a bunch of tractors. And so does all of that side of the family. But that's cool. I mean, it's something to do, and it's more about getting together with people, just like 4-H.
Yeah,
like
it's
you
a
mentioned.
bonding thing.
Yeah, you're going to learn something along the way, but you're going to make friendships that hopefully
Yep.
last a long time. Being part of the fair, the people, the board, the volunteers, it's just about making connections, and you don't know where that's going to go. So on that note, we're going to wrap things up. You can catch the Discover Montcalm podcast on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I have to count it out when I do it. I don't know why. You can also go to
Someone take your shoes off.
discovermontcalmpodcast.com. You can check out all the episodes. Get the RSS feed, put it in your favorite podcast app, and that way you can connect with all of the podcasts as they go. Cara, thank you so much.
Thank you.
you.
Let us know if
Thank
there's
you.
something cool in Montcalm County that we don't know about yet, because we want to come and check it out.
Yeah, we do. We want to learn. We want to discover. Tammy and Sonny, thank you for sharing what's going on in this part of the world. And remember to buy and shop locally.
Thanks for what you do, Dwayne.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you all.
Connect and subscribe to Discover Montcalm Podcast at discovermontcalmpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Discover Montcalm Podcast. To be featured in an upcoming show, contact Dwayne at 231-250-9624. Remember to subscribe at discovermontcalmpodcast.com.